What is going on, everybody? Let me just give me a second so I can adjust this. It's been, I think I recorded the last video like 2 days ago. It's currently Tuesday at like 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, so let me explain what's been happening over the last few days with my loads in Laredo, Texas, blah, blah, blah. You guys are probably wondering why I'm not driving right now. Well, let me explain. So, yesterday I woke up around 5 o'clock in the morning and I had to be in Flint, Michigan at the fucking beer company, my receiver, by 7 o'clock. So I drive there and I get there around 6:30-ish. I'm about 30 minutes early. I get there and they start unloading me. I get unloaded around 8 o'clock or so. It took them about an hour and a half to get me unloaded. And by the time I got unloaded, I had to be up in, I think like Ann Arbor, Michigan, to pick up this load that was going to Laredo, Texas, like I was telling you guys about. So I had to go up there. So I get done. I drive up to the shipper and I get there. And I go inside to the shipping office, and they gave me in my messages, they gave me like a pickup number, and I wrote that down. I went up there and I was like, hey, I'm here with Celadon. I'm supposed to pick up this load. Is it ready yet? Can I get loaded? And he says, okay, what's your pickup number? So I give him the number that they gave me, and he said, well, that's not the correct number. You're going to have to go back outside and talk to your dispatch and get a better number. So that's what I did. I walked back outside, went on my messages, said, hey, this isn't the right number, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay. They were like, okay, let's talk to the managers and see if they can figure out who the fuck is, what the number is for the load. So they gave me this like 1-2 number, like 1211 something. So I get that number, I go right back inside, and I said, okay, this is the right number. They gave me the correct number, and the guy says, there's a problem. This load's not supposed to be going to Laredo, Texas. You're not supposed to be here until the 25th. And I was like, well, they told me I was supposed to be here the 23rd at like fucking 9 o'clock in the morning. So I go back outside and talk to my dispatch, and they're like, oh shit, okay, let's talk to the manager, see what the fuck going on, talk to the customer. Well, come to find out, I sat there for like 5 hours waiting for them to get back to me. So I said, fuck that, I'm gonna drive to a truck stop. So that's what I did. I drove to this Pilot, about 30 miles away, and as soon as I get here, they send me a message saying, oh, you've been unassigned this load. And I was like, no, I'm not getting unassigned this fucking Laredo, Texas. I'm all the way up in Michigan, and that's some good fucking miles, and you're not doing that to me. So I sent them a message, and I'll tell you what I sent them. Hold 1 second. I asked them, I said, okay, no, I'm sorry. No. I said I'm willing to wait till the 25th for this Texas load, and I can more than likely get there early Saturday morning. All you guys would need to do is pre-plan me out for Saturday to Tuesday. Would that work? And he said basically, no, it's not going to work because they already changed the delivery date to the 30th. And I was like, hey, this is what I said after that message. And I said, any way of talking to the CSR, because that's their planners or whatever, and scheduling it for the 28th. If I started a 34-hour reset like I did, like started a 34-hour reset now and ended it on the 25th at 5 in the morning, I could be at the shipper at 5:30 to the shipper, or pretty much the shipper, and pretty much run 600 plus miles every day until Saturday early morning. I mean, I pretty much asked him if that's an idea, would that work? And he's like, oh, I'm going to ask the CSR right now, see if we can do that. And he basically said, yeah, that's fine. So as long as I get that load to Laredo, Texas by the 29th, that should be good. Now, the only reason I want to take this load is because, like I said, I'll show you. So, I don't know if you can see that. I'll begin. Okay, it's paying $1,553.62, and then it's paying $262.58 in fuel. So pretty much $1,800 I'll make in one load. So I figure if I start driving tomorrow, which I'm not supposed to be there until 8 o'clock. So I'm at 22 hours and 37 minutes off duty right now. I'm on my 34-hour reset. If I continue until tomorrow at, let's say, Yeah, about 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock. I mean, I'm going to be there till 8. So if I get there, I leave around 7, or I leave around 6:30, and I get there by 7:30. I'll be an hour early, and maybe they get me loaded an hour early. And then if they can, then I can pick up the load. And it's a total of 1,553 miles to get there, or 1,594 miles, sorry. So if I do that, I'll be there probably, if I run 600 miles tomorrow, 600 miles Thursday, and then 350 miles Friday. I'll be there like Friday afternoon. So pretty much 2.5 days to run 1,500 miles. Now, a lot of you guys don't think I run hard. Well, I'm gonna prove something to you guys. So we're going to look at my past 8 days. So we're gonna calculate this up. So I don't know if you can see that right here. It's like my 8 days, how many miles I've driven, blah, 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 last week. So go all the way at the bottom. So let's go on the calculator. Let me fucking find it. I deleted it. Oh no, it's right there. Let's start with the 17th. So on the 17th, I drove 414 miles, or 414.4 miles, plus the 18th, plus the 18th. God damn it, you fucking tablet. 440.7 plus the 19th, 638.8 plus the 20th, 232.1. Now, the 21st, I drove 569.9 miles plus the 22nd, 273.7. And then yesterday, I drove plus 190.6. So in the last 7 days, because I haven't driven anything yesterday. So about 2,760 miles. I mean, it's not bad. It's not 3,000 miles, but I mean, I don't get paid per mile. So my loads are based upon the load itself. So if the load's 1,500 miles or 800 miles or 700 miles, that all depends on how much the load is. So like I said, right now, I talked to my dispatch too, and I asked them how much I've earned and how much I'm negative compared to my like total earnings. And I think I told you guys in this last video, but it was like $3,259 I made this week. Now with my truck payment and my insurance is only $480, and then that's with my insurance and all that. And then I have to factor in the fuel and then my negativity. I still should be looking at about a $600 paycheck, roughly, on the 27th. Now, let's say, hypothetically, if I get 2 loads that are paying $1,883, so, let's see, 1,553.62 plus 262.58. That's $1,816.02. Now, if I get 2 of those, I'll be looking at about $3,632.04 paycheck next Friday. But like I said, you got to factor in my fuel, which I figure I spent about $500 in fuel for this load, minus $500 for the next load. If I get 2 loads that pay that much, then you got to figure in my truck payment, my insurance, all that. So with my truck payment, my insurance, my fuel,